Okay, welcome back. So far we've learned how to do exterior walls, interior walls, change interior wall types to that interior 6, wall breaks, invisible walls, how to label rooms, and even a couple of glimpses at interior design with like paint and stuff like that and wall colors. But now we're ready to, as you can see here in step 7, is to add floors. In order to do that, we need to make sure that our first floor plan is finalized. It makes it a lot more complicated when we add floors and then make adjustments to our first floor. So make sure that your first floor plan is finalized as best as possible. So in order to build the foundation, go to Build, Floor, Build and Foundation. So that looks like this. Build, Floor, and Build Foundation. The shortcut for this is Control F. So you can also hit that on your keyboard if you're quick with that stuff. And we're going to make our minimum stem wall height 100 inches, which is essentially equivalent to about 9 feet or so, 8 or 9 feet. So we're going to change this one here. Instead of 37.5, we're going to change that to 100 inches. And notice it has the 2 quotations for inches. Okay, and then we will hit OK, and it'll ask if we want to derive our foundation from the first floor plan. We are going to hit yes, or OK. And so what you can see on there is we're on the foundation portion of our, or the basement of our house. Okay, we are on floor 0. You can also see some red lines there. I think we've talked about this already, but in order to get those on or off, we can reference those with our F9 key on our keyboard. The other way we can view those is under Tools, and then Display Settings, right there. Excuse me. Let's see here. Reference Floors. Sorry, that one right there. And then this Reference Display is F9. So same thing. Okay. Also, you can change floors, move up and down. So if I want to go back to the main floor, I'm going to hit Shift N. If I want to go down a floor, I'm going to hit Shift M on my keyboard or use those arrow keys. Those arrow keys are also right here. Okay, or Shift M, Shift N. Make sure you pay close attention to what floor you're on. Right now we are on the attic floor, so we don't actually have a top floor here. We are going to add a second floor right now. So how we do that is Tools, Build, and then Floor, Build New Floor, or Shift X. And we're going to derive second floor from first floor plan. We'll hit OK, and there you go. We got our second floor. Notice it says 2 now. If I go up another floor, it'll say A. Okay, so we have a basement and a second floor built. Now we're going to make some changes to the second floor. So this section right here is where we're at. We're going to edit the second story walls. So we're going to select this upper wall here. We're going to bring it down. Again, hit F9 on your keyboard if you need to toggle up and down. If the red lines don't show up, just move up and down a floor. Okay, so we're going to move this guy down. It'll snap right into place, so it's one long wall. Okay, and then what we're also going to do is, and pay close attention to this, is we're going to essentially, I'm going to delete these extra walls around the garage because we're going to rebuild those as a balcony. So I'm going to take this wall here and I'm going to stretch it all the way down to what is at the wall of our stairwell. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put in a wall break right here for right now. We can make it a slight adjustment here. I'm going to move this wall up 1 foot or so. So now this wall is going to be close to 14 feet, and I can even move it up a couple more. So now it's 14.1. Move that back down. We want this wall here, okay, to be 9 feet. So I can click on it and make it 9 feet. You guys know how to do that. And then I'm going to reconnect these walls. So something kind of like that. Okay, and then the next thing we have to do is come over here. I'm going to actually delete this wall. We're going to rebuild this one a little bit. So we need to take this first one down 4 feet, and then we need to go out 2 feet, and then we need to go down 12.6. So use those dimensions there. And then we need to go back in and then back down. Okay? And then this part here is done for you. So it goes in 2 feet, down a foot, over 7, and so on. So notice the light blue. That means the light blue on the walls means that it's directly aligned on the floor below it. So we need to finish building these guys now. So we're going to go back up a foot, and then in 3 feet, and then down a foot, over looks like 9, and then we are going to go up a foot, out 2.5 feet, okay, so yeah, like I said, we'll finish building these walls here quick. Not a problem. Notice how that if we have our snaps clicked on, these guys over here, everything just snaps into place. And just to highlight this again, the walls that are blue are kind of the ones that were already there, or that align perfectly with the first floor, and the gray walls are ones that we need to build. So, okay, the next thing it wants us to do is add a second story balcony. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that balcony right on top of what was our garage. And so to do that, we just click on straight deck railing tool and build that right on top of our garage. Notice it just kind of snaps right into place there. Just like that. It says, okay, the deck is over a non-deck object. And that is okay. Okay. What else here? So we got our snaps on. Next thing it wants us to do is to change the thickness of this rail to 8 or an 1/8 inch. 8 and 1/8 inch to 8 and 1/8 inch. Okay. So we're going to click on it, and we're going to go to General. And thickness, we're going to make, instead of 3.5, we're going to make it a little bit thicker. So we'll make it to 8.5. And we'll click OK. OK. And then the other thing we need to do is click on it. So I just right-clicked, and I want to make sure that it is aligned with the wall below. So you see this option right here. There we go. So we'll do the same thing to this guy. Make him 8.5. Okay. Okay. And then we'll click. We'll say align with wall below. That's good there. Make this 8.5. Okay. You can also see the option down here. So I'll align with wall below. Last one. Just like that. And there we go. So now our deck is directly above it. Very good. And so we will leave this video with that information right there. Well, let me finish up here actually really quick. So we're going to put the interior walls in there as well. So I'm going to zoom in on this information right here. So now we have all that built. Let's go ahead and build these interior walls, and that's really easy. Go back here, go to straight interior wall, and we can go ahead and build these. Now these dimensions aren't perfect, but we'll get them close. Okay, so we want to have a closet be about 12 feet. We can move this in a second. So this will be like a little hallway here. Okay. This little portion right here is kind of for what piping is for. We'll just leave that as is right there. Okay. So let's go ahead and label these now. We've got a closet. We've got the master bath. And sorry, and then we got the master bedroom. And that should be good for right now. Okay, so we'll pause it right there and pick up on the next video. Thank you for your attention.